There are two types of people who laugh at the law. Those who make it, and those who break it. Hey everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and as always guys, I'm Andrew, and today I got another book tag for you, but before we get to that book tag, make sure you're liking and subscribing, and hitting that bell notification so you can get regular updates for when I put out new content. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And that said guys, I was not tagged in this tag, but I saw it, and I just recently finished the City Watch collection of Discworld, and this tag just came out, so it's the Discworld Book Tag. This is an original tag by, wait for it, Read, Write, Create with Katja. And so I'm going to go ahead and have her video linked in the description down below. This is a pretty short tag. It just kind of takes all of the sub-series within the Discworld collection, makes a prompt out of it, and then you answer those prompts. So I'm going to also have those in the description down below. I will be tagging some friends at the end of this video. That said, I'm loving Discworld so far. I've read 8 books, and I'm just going to continue reading Discworld until either I reach the end or I've read all my favorites. So we will see. But this is 7 questions, so we're going to jump right on in. The first prompt is The Witches. What is your favorite story with a so-called odd folk that are far kinder than the normal folk? And I'm not going to lie, a lot of these prompts had me just kind of scratching my head going, So this one, I decided to choose this cover, The Great Hunt. Specifically, it's got my boy Loyal on it. And Loyal is an Ogier within the Wheel of Time. And there are these just kind of green-thumbed, giant, long-lived, ogre-ish race of individuals. And really, like, they don't rush to do anything because they're so long-lived. Like, Loyal is like 90 years old, and he's still considered a child by the Ogier standards. And so, like, when he leaves home, they're just like, hey, you weren't really supposed to do that. And so then they go and have a meeting about it. They're very, very gentle people, unless pushed to anger. But otherwise, like, very, very gentle. I love Loyal. He is one of my favorite characters in the Wheel of Time. And I cannot wait to watch the show, which is actually coming out tomorrow. So, yeah, that kind of lets you know when I'm recording this. Alright, the second prompt is The City Watch, my favorite collection. Obviously, it's the only one I've read so far, but I love me some Sam Vimes. So, your favorite police procedural or sleuthing story where the heroes create nearly as much drama as the villains. And I don't read a whole lot of sleuthing stuff, like, besides, like, Sherlock Holmes, but I felt like that was a little too on the nose. So I decided to use a Brandon Sanderson book, and I'm going to go with Elantris. Specifically Prince Raoden. Sorry, it's been a while since I've had to say his name. He's kind of the prince of, what's the name of that city? Arelon? I think he's the Arelon prince. And yeah, so basically, if you know anything about this, he wakes up, he's got the Sheod, and so he is put into Elantris, which is kind of this sectioned off, decrepit city of the gods. And then he just starts shaking stuff up. He's like trying to figure out ways to like improve their living situation. And he kind of like starts poking the bear a little bit. And then like he figures out the great mysteries. And I love Elantris for its slow story. I do understand it's not for everyone. I know a lot of people either love Elantris or don't love Elantris. Elantris for me was a bit of a win. So I'm going to go with that one. Specifically because of Raoden. Alright, number 3, Death. What is your favorite story that moves away from painting death as life's ultimate villain? And for this one, like, I feel like I just used this in a previous tag. And I use it for a lot of tags. We're going to go Faithful and the Fallen. Specifically because of the Bridge of Swords. Basically, to die in battle is to cross the Bridge of Swords. And we actually see people crossing the Bridge of Swords, or what they imagine to be the Bridge of Swords, to reunite with loved ones. And so, like, it's really, really cool. It's really, really beautiful. And it's kind of almost like a Valhalla type of thing. So, the other side of the bridge is still technically a mystery, but when I read those scenes of people crossing the Bridge of Swords, I got choked up, and it was very, very nice. And I should specify, I could use Discworld books for this tag. I chose not to. This was a conscious choice. Alright, so Moist von LIPWIG. Number 4. What is your favorite story featuring the ultimate anti-hero? And I don't read a whole lot of anti-hero stuff, and I didn't want to go into Joe Abercrombie. So I decided to do John Hawthorne from the Nightmareland Chronicles. Guys, you've heard me talk about the Nightmareland Chronicles, but this specifically is focusing on John Hawthorne. I think he is very much an anti-hero. There is a lot of darkness within John Hawthorne. And his overall character arc, to see him just kind of flip back between, darkness and redeeming, and these flashes of violence that he is capable of. Guys, John Hawthorne is probably my favorite anti-hero, other than Deadpool. But I'm not going to put Deadpool in a book tag, mainly because I don't have a physical copy to hold up. But yeah, we're going to go John Hawthorne from the Nightmareland Chronicles. All right, RINCEWIND the Wizards. Let's see. What is your favorite story featuring eccentric academics or academic institutions? And so for this one, I'm going to hold up Arm of the Sphinx from the Books of Babel, Sin Let Us Ends. And specifically, the Sphinx is a very, very eccentric academic, I should say. Is this very kind of mercurial, weird person at the top of the tower who is just kind of making inventions, throwing them into the tower, and letting chaos rule, basically. Yeah, I can't really talk a whole lot about the Sphinx without spoiling the story. But for this one, we're going to go the Sphinx from the Books of Babel. Alright, so that means it's number 6. And that is Tiffany A. King and Nakmek FEEGLES. I believe I've said that correctly. If I haven't, oops. And it's, what is your favorite coming-of-age story? And this is one I just read, so it's probably the one that's sticking with me the most. I did a full spoiler discussion on this. We're going to do Stephen King's It. This book is just so dark, but at the same time, the group of kids that we've got in here, and watching what they go through and seeing how they turn up in the second timeline as adults is just awesome. I had a great time watching them just go through the town of Derry and really deal with their situation. So for that reason, we're going to go with it. Alright, number 7, the Discworlds. What story has some of the best world-building elements that you can think of? And I'm going to go Realm of the Elderlings. Not just Assassin's Apprentice, but Realm of the Elderlings. Specifically is because each book gives you another piece of the puzzle. So, each book can be read in sequence as its own thing. You could read Farseer Trilogy. You could read Lifeship Traders. You could even read Tawny Man technically as their own standalone things. You absolutely shouldn't, but you can do it. And what I think is so cool about that is after each trilogy and book ends, you get just that another piece of the puzzle and it clicks in. And all of a sudden, after you finish another book, the entire world feels richer. And it's just something that Robin Hobb does. I'm 9 books in right now, and I've still got another 7, and it already feels super rich. So I'm not gonna just go on and on about it, but guys, it's a fantastic world. That said, that is the end of the book. I do not have any fun facts. It does have a little fun facts section. The fun fact that was included on the original tag was that Going Postal doesn't actually have a chapter 8. It just jumps from chapter 7 straight into chapter 9, which that'll be something cool to read once I finally get to the Industrial Revolution collection. Or is that the Making Money collection? Or is Making Money just a book? I don't know. I've only read 8 Discworld books. There are a lot of Discworld books. I can't wait to get there. But now it's time to tag some people. And so I'm going to tag some fellow Discworld lovers. That's going to be Drew from Drew's Book Reviews. Drew is currently reading through them in publication order. He is a lot further into Discworld than I am, but he's got a lot of love for the series. Definitely check him out. I'm also going to tag Dominish_books. He is also one of the individuals who's helped get me to read the Discworld collection. Or the Discworld books, I should say. He's got a fantastic channel, and you should definitely be checking him out as well. So I'm going to go ahead and tag Domnish. And then, of course, I have to tag my Lord and Master, Alan from the Library of Alexandria. He is a Discworld fanatic. I cannot tell you the amount of conversations that I have had with Alan just on the City Watch collection. So I'm going to go ahead and tag Alan in this because I think it's a tag he would really enjoy doing. That said, guys, that is the end of the tag. So let me know in the comments down below what you thought of my choices. What would you have chosen? If you want to go ahead and do this tag, I will have it in the description down below. Or you can jump into the Whistler Duo Discord, which the link is in the description down below, and jump into the tags channel and do it there as well. And if you want to support the channel on a more regular basis, you can go ahead and sign up for the Patreon. Your support is always appreciated. And that said, guys, till next time, peace out. Stay magical. Bye. And as always, I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons.